Hi, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. For my fellow Americans here, I hope that you had a nice Thanksgiving on Thursday. Today's Sunday. I am currently in New York for a few days, and I have a class in about 40 minutes. But I was sort of pushed to come on. I have to make this rather fast because I have to prep for my upcoming session. But I don't know. I just was thinking a lot about. Well, actually, I had one question that I kept asking myself, like, what are you doing here? Why are you here? Not here in this room, but why are you on Earth? And why are you living now? And what's the point of this life, this 70, 80, 90, 100, if you're lucky, I guess, um, span of time that we have here in the physical realm with all of the adversity, with all of the pain, with all of the confusion, with all of the disappointment, with the loss, um, with all of the chaos. Why are you here? And why are we all here? And what are we supposed to be doing? It can be overwhelming. I do think the world at the moment is a very overwhelming place. I'm aware of what's going on in the world. I don't watch news cycles 24/7 at all, because it just sucks my joy out. But I make sure that I'm just aware and that I'm a little bit informed, and then I just try to put it to the side and focus on myself. I can't change anything that I see on the news. I can change my mindset. I can change my opinions on things, and I hope that I am. I'm an evolving, living being, so I should be changing how I think about things. The more knowledge I acquire, the more lessons I learn, we should change. And we should change how we view the world, view ourselves, view others. But that doesn't answer the question I asked. What are we doing here? Well, I guess it does kind of answer that a bit, but I do think we're here to change. I think we're here to evolve. When life gets really tough, and I'm very lucky that I always have the power of the spirit, that I've nurtured this relationship with them for a long time. I take it very seriously. I find it to be one of the most important relationships in my life, this life. But having that foundation of knowing that they're always there to help me, they're always there to guide me, not to lead my life, not to tell me what to do, but to suggest how I should move forward, to show me the direction that I should take. Doesn't mean I always take it, and definitely does not mean that I always listen to them, because sometimes I feel that I know better. And when I don't listen to them and things start to fall, or my foundation starts to feel a bit shaky, I can hear them, not in a nasty or mean way, but I can hear them laughing. I can hear them saying, "Told you, listen to us, trust us." So I do try as much as I possibly can to listen to that inner voice within, or if you hear it from without. I'm still not 100% sure what the difference is between clear intuition and spirit inspiration. I feel they're connected in some way for sure. But how I've learned to sort of get through this dirty, loud, messy classroom that we're in is to think of it just like that, like a classroom. That we all come to this physical realm, and I do believe somewhere in our soul's knowledge and wisdom that we've all chosen to come here to achieve something, to learn something, to gain insight on something, and really try to change the mindset that I think a lot of us have, and I certainly have had it as well, and I still have it at times, um, to change the mindset with the question of why is this happening to me, and to flip it and to change it into what can I learn from this? Because I do feel once you learn um, what you're supposed to learn from a situation, then that's done. That lesson is over. It doesn't mean there's not another million lessons coming our way. Some better than others, some hit us harder than others. But I really try to think, okay, stop. What am I supposed to learn? What am I supposed to do here? What responsibility can I take? And if I can learn and if I can grow and I can progress, then that lesson is done, hopefully. I think situations will keep coming up in your life trying to help you learn. And if you don't, they might start in whispers, they might be a bit subtle, then they get a bit stronger, then they get a bit louder. Um, then you might get hit by a brick, then the whole house might fall down until you learn. I think the same thing is with people that come in front of you. I do believe everyone that we meet, everyone that we interact with, there's a lesson to learn. Hopefully, some of these people are friends, trusted friends, people that you can share your experiences with, that you can expose your true self to. But I think people are lessons as well. I think people come disguised in their own identity, in different bodies, in different faces, in different forms. Um, but the lesson is the same. And if you don't learn this lesson, another one will come. And if you continue not to learn this lesson, another person will come. And it will keep happening until you learn um, what part you played in it. Not assigning blame to anybody, but you have to be honest with yourself. And what can I learn from this that will make my future um, better? And that I will be able to spiritually fulfill myself here. I do think that spiritually fulfilling ourselves here on earth, that's also a big part of why we're here. So, going back to the original big question. So learn. We're here to learn. We're here to progress. We're here to change. We're here to evolve. You don't have to stay in the same place if you're not happy. You're not a tree. You have legs. You have free will. Leave. Find a situation um, that is better for you, something that suits you, that works towards your greatest possible good. If you're not happy in a class you're taking, leave the class. If you're not happy with the teacher you have, find another teacher. Or if you've learned the foundations of mediumship, of healership, of anything in the spiritual realm, then you have all you need. You have all the tools you need. Go to them, go to the spirit realm, and they will continue to educate you. They are the best school that we can um, go to and that we can learn from. You have to know the basics. I understand that. You have to learn how to quiet your mind, how to build your power, how to link, how to blend, all these things. That these are the fundamentals of spirit work, of mediumship, of healership. Of course, you need to understand it all. But when you understand it and you have a decent grasp on it, go to them. Ask them. If you want to see more, ask them to show you more. If you want to hear more, ask them to tell you more, feel more, know more, smell more, taste more. They really are there to help you. And not just on your mediumship. Okay, here comes, now I'm gonna have to really time myself. I'm gonna go for another 10 minutes. Um, Mediumship is wonderful. I find it a miracle. I find it one of the coolest things on earth to be able to connect with someone's loved one and to provide evidence of survival of so-called death. Healership is another miracle. And I think the point of us being here. If you have the ability to allow the healing energies to flow through you, if you have a good relationship with your healing guide for spirit healing, for trance healing, energy healing, prayer healing, whatever, it doesn't matter. Healing is healing, then do that. But I do believe our relationship with the spirit realm, with our guides, with our inspirers, with our past loved ones in spirit, using your mediumship, using your spirit connection to help you through life, to help them inspire you, allow them to inspire you. And no, to help them inspire you, because a lot of times I think we block this inspiration and we block the guidance and the counsel because why? Because we know better. We think we know better. But the way that I sort of changed my mindset on that this life does have a plan, there is unlimited help available to me is really to do, and I did it, I believe, about 2 years ago. I did something. I would like to say I did it for the full year, but I'm going to be honest with you guys and say I probably did it for about 8 months. I did 8 months of just saying yes to spirit. Okay, spirit is inspiring me to learn physical mediumship. Say yes. Put myself in a situation so I can learn it. Spirit is pushing me and inspiring me to write, to allow them to write through me through automatic trance or channeled writing. Then I would write. I just listened to them and I just really decided not to get in my own way because I think a lot of times when we're developing, we get in our own way. And then all these things start popping up. Imposter syndrome, the worthiness, who do I think I am that I can go out and connect with dead people, and help people to let them know that their loved ones are not gone, they're still here. Sometimes, and I find most of the time, they actually are closer than they were in the physical realm. Of course, the physical loss is grief, and so we have to let people grieve. There's no limit to grieving, but all of these things are very important with spirit work, of course, the connecting with people who have passed to provide healing, inspiration, counsel to other people. But don't forget about you. Don't forget about the medium, the healer, right? Because it's all coming through you. So the more you allow them to work with you and through you and help you in your regular life, your daily life, your civilian life, because we all have to deal with the physical realm, allow them to work with you and allow them to give you little hits. No, this is not the right store to be in. No, this is not the right person to have a romantic dinner with. This is not for me. Listen to them. They will tell you. I'm not talking about being psychic with yourself. I'm talking about just allowing the spirit realm, whoever's working with you, and I believe we have thousands of beautiful spirit beings that are working with us when we work, when we do mediumship, when we do healership, but also at any time in our lives. It's very subtle sometimes when they're speaking with us, but if they really want us to do something, it's not that quiet. It's rather loud. And I've learned at this point, when they get loud, I really just fall in line and listen to them because I've had too many experiences where I haven't, where I thought I wanted to go right, or I thought that other people, expecting me to go right, I did it and it was a disaster, or nothing happened, or I didn't like it, I didn't feel comfortable. So, and that's when I hear the little chuckling saying, "We told you." So now if they tell me to go left, I'm going to go left. I'm always going to try. Try that. Give yourself, okay, maybe 8 months is a bit long, a year is rather long. I understand that. Give yourself 2 months. Just say yes to spirit. Don't let your logical mind kick in, and don't let that part of your mind that is all focused on you, um, on how people are going to look at you, how people are going to judge you, how well can you do, how much can you stroke your ego. Just move into the power of the spirit, your spirit inside. That's your true self. I do believe the human mind, the conscious mind, is a tool that we need to survive here. Spirit also do use it to inspire us, to bring through evidence, all of these things. But the hyper conscious mind, the one that's really focused on self, that's where you have to be careful. And that's where I find in mediumship, most of the conscious mind is a detriment to our spirit connection. Because however old any of you are, I'm 58, so I've had 58 years of relying on this. And it's a filter that sort of allows the reality outside of myself without um, it filters it and it defines it and it deciphers it for me of how I'm going to get through life. But when I work with spirit, I really try to move into my spirit consciousness, um, universal consciousness, your higher self, your soul, whatever your terminology is. I think it all basically is the same. It's your true self, your spirit. I feel like my spirit is somewhere around my heart center, and it's encased in this, ever close to the expiring date. Like any other living thing, it all has an expiration date, but my spirit does not. It's eternal, and it will go on. Where it's going after this, I'm not quite sure where it came from before this. I'm beginning to understand it, but there's a lot going on that we really don't that we can't, not that we don't, that we can't comprehend. I've heard from Spirit, and they've been very loud lately. The life that I'm living now on November 30th, 2025 in New York City, it within my physical form, and the life that I'm living now, wherever I'm working, wherever I'm sleeping, wherever I'm, wherever I call home, um, all of this is such a small drop in the ocean of my complete existence, right? So somewhere deep down inside, I signed something, and I always will ask Spirit, I didn't read that. I didn't agree to this. I didn't sign off on this. And they say, yeah, you did. I don't remember. I'm convinced they either gave me a shot of something really strong or drugged me before I signed this contract that I'm living at the moment, that we're all living at the moment. Um, and I joke about it, but it's sort of true. I'm like, I didn't ask for that. But when something bad happens, you go through it, you take control as much as you can. That brings you some of your power back. And then I really just have to sit and say, what am I supposed to learn from this? How is this supposed to help my progression? And for me, because I like to really share a lot, how can I pay this forward and explain it in a way that everyone else would understand that I went through this, the realization was born of this, and that made my path easier. And that made getting through a hard situation, grief, drama, trauma, illness, whatever, it made it more understandable to me that it's all meant to teach me to awaken. It's all meant to galvanize my spirit. It's all meant to make me stronger. Look, I've been doing this a long time. Um, and I'm a very different person than I was before I started my spirit work for sure. I was way more reactive. I was had a lot more anger towards people and things in my past, what they put me through, what I was exposed to. But spirit taught me, yes, it wasn't good. They weren't enjoyable experiences, but did you learn? Yes. Did it make you stronger? Yes. Did it make you more compassionate to other people? Absolutely. So there's the point. Okay. So I still ask a lot of the time, why am I here? Why am I here? But the answer is relatively clear. So I'm not sure if that's just some sort of default mechanism um, from my humanness, like what am I doing here? What am I supposed to do? But I do know why I'm here. I have to remember it more, but I do know why I'm here. I'm here to live. I'm here to help as many people as I possibly can so that they understand that it is a school, that we are in a process of learning. Life on earth, this life that we're all leading at this time, is to learn, is to learn that you can heal yourself, that you can correct your path, that you can be a better person than you were yesterday, that you can be a better medium than you were yesterday, that you can be a better healer than you were yesterday. It's all there, right? So go out into this world not thinking about this life as all these random events that are happening where there's no plan, and just try to see or begin to feel into situations that you're living through and see if you can figure out what the plan is. What's the lesson here? What am I supposed to learn? What am I supposed to do? And sit in the quiet and just see what spirit says to you. Maybe they'll speak through your spirit. Don't know. We're all different. But you're here not by mistake. You're here because you're meant to affect change in this world. You're here to make people feel better, even if it's just with a kind word or a smile. You're here to provide a service, a divine service to anyone coming within your orbit, if they accept it, um, to show them that there's more to this physical body, that there's more to this physical life, that we're all here to help each other. And though I know a lot of mediums, a lot of light workers talk about compassion, tolerance, love for all life. Yes, very important, but you have to have compassion and tolerance and love for yourself. You really do. You're a miracle. You're a miracle that you're here and you're holding on and you're still striving for more. You're still looking to better yourself. And we hope, well, I hope that the more I can progress and the more I can evolve and the better human I become, the more people will come to me needing help, and I will be able to explain it clearer than I could yesterday, right? So many classes I've done, so many videos that I've recorded, when I look at them or read the notes back on them now, I'm like, oh, damn, I should have said that. Oh, I should have done that, but I didn't know. And then I didn't know that then. I know it now. So you get better, you do better. You are a miracle. You are loved and you are supported by the spirit influence all around you. Sometimes in the darkness of your own mind, of reality, of your reactions, we can feel like we're cut off. I don't feel like we're actually ever cut off, but I think it's harder for the spirit to get through if in our conscious mind and then coming into our energy are all these blocks and it's harder for them to get through. I think spirit can really get through anything and they do. I know that, but why might not make it as easy as possible for them to work with us fully and as clear as they possibly can and that they want to. Um, so why are you here? Why are we here? We're here because we're a fabric. We are all the fabric of humanity, and each one of us is the thread of this fabric. We all are part of this fabric of humanity that goes back millions and millions of years. I know that's not really going into ancient history terms, but I do know we've been here millions of years, if not longer. And all of these ancient advanced civilizations before the last ice age, before everything got sort of washed away, um, I do believe our predecessors understood the connection between the spiritual and the physical better than we do. But I think a lot of that just has to do with they were given more time to pray, to sit in the quiet. Um, but we go back millions and millions of years. Okay, there's my prompt that I have a class in 15 minutes. So anyway, blah blah blah. I just wanted to record that. Hope that's helpful to a few people, and I do hope it resonates. Okay, have a good day. Much love, and I will see you soon. Bye.